Hello, my little rockers. So this is the first of my stories of transition and what I've gone through in my years of trying to find out who I always should have been. This story is a little bit humorous at times, I think. It's got some funny elements to it. But anyway, when I came out at work, I used to hang out at times with a team lead and one of my other coworkers. And one night we had gone to see Skid Row at a bar down the street from where I live. My two coworkers at the time were fully aware of me being in transition. I wasn't living full-time yet. I was still pretty much the male. And they were pretty cool with that. So anyway, we went to the Skid Row concert, and we're standing there, and we're drinking some beers, and we're talking, and all of a sudden my team lead turned to me and he said, "Man, you know, you're going to be one ugly female. You know, you're too tall, you got too broad of shoulders, you're too masculine looking, you got a square jaw. Yeah, you're going to be one ugly female." And the other teammate just kind of nodded in agreement and said, "Yeah, you really are." And it was kind of a mean thing to say, but I just kind of chuckled and laughed it off and took a drink of my beer. And I started pointing out all these different women in the club. And there was probably 350 people there that night, and half of them were women. And I just started pointing out each one of these women. And I said, you know, look at that one over there and that one over there. They're taller than I am. And that one over there, and she's got a lot more broad shoulders than I am, and she's more muscular than I am, and she's got a square jaw and wider jaw, and all these different things that were them, but some people might consider masculine, but each one of them was actually an attractive woman. And my team lead and the other teammate just kind of turned to me and shaking their head, and they just said, "Gee, you know, thanks. You really kind of ruined how we're going to look at women now, because in each one of them we're going to see a little bit of you." And I guess there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody is unique and individual. And nobody is perfect. And we all have, you know, a beauty within us, and we all have to, you know, we all have to deal with our flaws. One thing, as a male, I never looked at any of those things. You know, my jaw was too broad, or my nose, or my hands, or my hair, or whatever. I didn't really think about that. But as a female, I actually do, and I have. And there's things that I would change if I could. But they're what makes me unique, and there are those people in my lives who would actually think it better that I don't do anything with any of these things. So I guess really what I'm trying to say here is nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws, and even a genetic woman is not 100% happy or satisfied with themselves. My sister will tell me that all the time. All we can be is ourselves. That's all you can be, is yourself. And to just carry yourself with pride and be who you are. And if you can make those changes and you want it, you have the money to make those changes, then great. If you can't, work with what you've got. Work with everything that you've got. Because you're beautiful, even though you might not think so. So anyway, I hope you liked that first story, and rock on.